Heather, thank you so much for jumping on this call with me. I'm super excited to be chatting. It's like we've had such a relationship for so many years now, but you and I don't get a chance to chat much. So this is such a privilege.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Jen. And you're right, yeah, just we don't get to connect, but our teams are so amazing. I guess that's a good thing that we don't need to connect.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a good right-hand people. I will say that for sure. So I just had a few questions for you today, and I'd just love to hear it from your heart, kind of about you and our relationship together. And we can just start by a really simple question, I guess, like, what does marketing mean to you, Heather?
Marketing is such a vague term, Shannon, and I do believe different people have different definitions. What it means to me, what I've come to understand marketing as is creating an awareness of a brand, of a product, or a service. It's not necessarily handing over a lead, that's part of it, but more just creating a general positive awareness about something that the end user maybe didn't know about before. So very broadly speaking, that's how I view marketing.
I love that. And it's true because it's an awareness, right? Yeah. And marketing is such a connection because people are so inundated that it's like to get them to really hear the awareness to how you can help. I'm thinking of AADOM, right? On how you guys are helping office managers. It's like, how do we silence the noise and make that message come out for a true connection so we can see that awareness can help?
Yes, I agree. That's exactly right. And in such a noisy world, that becomes more and more difficult. Yeah. But Roadside is you're so good at what you do. You kind of stand above the noise.
Yeah. And helping other people, right? So let me ask you another question. Thank you for that. What do you think your biggest barrier to marketing has been in the past with AADOM?
That's an easy one. Our biggest barrier to marketing, and so I've been running AADOM. I started it 18 years ago. Our biggest barrier was having a direct line to the office manager. Prior to AADOM, so much of the sales messaging in dentistry was directed for the doctor only, regardless of whether it be beneficial to the manager, the assistant, the hygienist. Companies, reps only want to speak to the doctor. And that's just not, it's not efficient because the doctor has the things that are important to them, and they don't necessarily know what's important to their team. So that was quite the hurdle, was kind of just establishing that main line between us and our audience.
Right. So man, 18 years ago, what a ride, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that, so speaking of that, because 18 years ago and how you've grown in that 18 years, tell me a little bit about the growth of AADOM. Kind of what has that story been since we've started our relationship? And, just speaking to a little bit, when Lori reached out, 5, 6, 7 years ago, it's like when I heard of AADOM, I was an office manager and I'm like, oh my God, where were you when I was an office manager? Like I had this fire in my belly and I'm like, yeah, you guys are amazing. Like you're serving this, avatar, these women, mostly women, that they really needed support. I was just so excited about that. So we were introduced few years back.
We were introduced, and I don't know if you know this, but the way we were introduced, so one of the services that we provide for our members is a private member forum. We have a private Facebook page, Dental Management Excellence, which is an amazing page, but then we also have our member forum, which is great because you can post there anonymously. It's not Facebook. And I was in my office and I got a call from Lori Streeter, Kim McQueen. They're like, stop what you're doing, stop the presses, get on the phone right now. I'm like, okay, what's up? One of our members in our forum, replying to another member, had recommended your company, Roadside. I'm like, what's Roadside? Same, like total, completely unaware. we kind of hit the link and we fell into your gallery of dental websites. And we were just like, oh my God, where have you been? So we connected. I it's shocking that it took as long as it did, but I just remember being so wowed looking at your portfolio, because what I was most impressed with was how Roadside really captured the essence of each practice. It was so not cookie cutter. And it was just evident that you, Shannon, or someone or multiple people at Roadside understood dental and understood what a prospective patient needs to see. And so, yeah, that kind of started our relationship. So yay, AADOM member forum, but yay that we found Roadside, because you've been doing our website and so much of our marketing since then. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just been a beautiful relationship from the beginning. And then so tell me a little bit about like once, because we do understand that so deeply, me and my
Yeah.
team and stuff come from who you're
Mhm.
helping. What has been the growth of AADOM since we've started together?
It's been fantastic. So, I mean, when I started with 0 members, we now have over 10,000. And I think, certainly if we went back, it would, the lines would converge, where our time that we started with Roadside really started to build our membership in a way that we would not have been able to do. And that's because you gave us such a good face, like you put a face to AADOM. We weren't stock anymore. We were done using stock images. So, what I love about Roadside is that, for a long time, I thought of you as a website company, which you are, but more so now, and you've evolved since we started working, you're a marketing agency.
Yeah.
So if someone were to go to the AADOM website, they would see real members. They would see us. It's real. And I think having infused that has really helped trigger our growth and sustain our growth. It's been pivotal.
Yeah, I just think a huge evolution like from that, you're really strong branding. And I remember when I first talked with Lori, she was really like, we have a strong brand and it means a lot to us. So really diving that in, and you guys walk your talk so deeply that it was pretty easy for us to market you because your golden heart and what you guys were doing and everything else, but we captured it, right? We really
You sure did. And yeah, our branding was always, we were very true to our branding, but we had a kind of one stock manager that we used for everything. Her name, we called her Foxy.
I love that.
And she had a name, and we would dress her up depending on what the situation. We've had her in cowboy hats and tiaras, and after a while we're like, okay, I think we've kind of we need to move on.
Yeah.
And now anything you see that comes out from AADOM is real. It's like I said, it's our members interacting. It looks stock because they're so beautiful, and just so beaming, but everything you see that comes from us is real. It's membership driven, and you really helped us capture that. And I think that speaks to someone who is seeing AADOM for the first time. They can see themselves. We call AADOM a tribe, and you certainly have helped us reinforce that identity as a tribe. Like, you're not alone anymore. Like, you have a whole tribe of managers across the country who have your back, who want to help you, who want to support you, who want to help educate you. And everything that you've done from, just very strategically, has really reinforced that message.
I think speaking to that, Heather, like just you talking, like just made me think about how we've evolved together, right? But times have changed, right? From us kind of being a website, social media company to now really stepping back over the past few years and really finding out what you needed, but also what our doctors and our office managers need, in their practice. Because it's not just about making a pretty website or social media anymore. It's really stepping back and looking at the whole business and being strategic with what are their priorities and what do they really need for building out their marketing. One of the gals from the last AADOM conference is comes up and she's hugely successful doing sleep dentistry. She's like, I need to do social media. And I'm like, why? Why? Coming through, she needed to speak more deeply to her community because she was already in it. She was busy enough. She just wanted to do more sleep. And she's like, wow, thank you so much. Because now she wasn't wasting her energy and our money and our time on something that's been kind of preached, you know, that sort of thing, and prioritizing what people need in marketing, and kind of what we did, and even talking to you guys, what we're doing for the AADOM members
Mhm.
now is, how do we make the content simpler that they can get to it, and also really quick wins, implementation, because we talked about how noisy it is, especially for office managers. It's like, how can they get the benefits of AADOM in these bite-sized pieces? How can they implement
Yes,
it in bite-sized and
yes, and you have
small
been,
steps?
yes, tremendous in helping us do that. We have so much content,
Yes.
and we don't want to overwhelm our members with our amazing content. And Roadside has really been very helpful and strategic in saying, here's how to kind of parse it out. And again, that's where Roadside, I think your strength is, because anyone can build a website. My teenage son can probably build a website, right?
Yes.
Or my daughter could probably run some on social media, whatever. But if they're not connected, if they're not integrated, what's the strategy? And that's where I've really seen Roadside grow. Like, you've gone from,
Mhm.
when I met you, a website company to a
Yeah.
full-on marketing agency. But before you do anything, say, what do you need? What do you want the outcome to be? What
Yes.
treatments do you love doing? How do we translate the treatment you love into dollars? All these questions that, if you're working with separate companies, would not be asked. And then
Right.
I've seen you take that information and you build a long-term strategy so that everything is working together. You're not, the practice isn't doing unnecessary work. I mean, God bless our members. It's unreal to me, the amount of hats they need to wear, from,
I,
HR,
yeah,
they're the team accountant, they're the team cheerleader, and then, the doctor's saying, oh, and now we need a website, and now we need social media, and all these things that they've never been trained in.
right.
I can see where a member would just be like, I need TikToks, or,
Yeah. Right.
that's not, they're given a directive without any sort of reasoning behind it. And that's where you step in and say, okay, stop, pause, let's
Time out.
pull it all together and build out a strategy. And I've seen our members like really just evolve with both of us, evolve with AADOM and
Right.
evolve with Roadside because of that. It to me, it establishes like a personality of
Yeah,
a practice, which is
absolutely.
important. We're in healthcare, it's a relationship business. So I think that is very, very effective.
I love that what you just said, it's a relationship business, because it is so important, because marketing really is building relationships and connecting. And this is like, in talking to Lori and Kim and yourself, you guys are all about really staying to that building relationship and serving. And so
Mhm.
it's really no different than the dentist, right?
Right.
That's exactly what they're about. And that's when the marketing is so successful, is because it's from the heart, and that energy, like vibration, goes out, and it's like, easy to do it then. And I mean, Heather, I've just absolutely loved being a part of your guys's, vision and your journey. And I just thank you so much for that. Evolving with us, and us wanting to do the same, like you said, we've been evolving together, and I think it's going to be a great next few years. It's
I
changing,
can't wait. I
it's
can't wait. I
shifting.
I know we have some things brewing that I'm very
Yes,
excited
we
about that I'm
do.
not going to mention, but yes, everybody stay tuned. We have some really, very exciting behind the scenes things
Yeah.
happening. And Shannon, I also just want to thank you for your support of our members and always being at the conference, and
Mm.
um almost like being an extended part of the AADOM team there. I think it's not clear even to some members, like, where we end and Roadside begins, because you guys get us so well.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, and we've been working together so closely for so long that it's quite remarkable. I mean, I'm very proud of the relationship we've built. So, and at the end of the day, it's good for our members.
Absolutely. That's what we both want. So I appreciate this phone call so much, Heather, and us just being able to connect and shout out, and really, because I know how important your members are to you. I mean, this is your baby that you've
Mhm.
built up. So to trust us, with your marketing and your messaging and, recommendations and everything else, that just means the world to me. And I just want to thank you for that.
Oh, Well, thank you, Shannon.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. I'll see you soon.
Okay, see you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.